Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavam Shri Rupam Sadjatam Sadhanarvanatham Tam Tam Sajivam Sadaitam Savadittam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sadhanarita Shri Shakhamita Yam Prabhujantam Vetam Vedakritam Daipayana Khatara Virhaja Utreti Tanmayatayo Tarvo Vinidus Tam Sarvabhutam Nidayam Manimana Tasvi Namasishtam Manumapi Sachiputramattas Sarupam Rupamatasar Vajaparam Matarim Vastavati Radha Kundamagiri Varamahu Radhika Madhava Samprapto Yasya Paditaya Shri Guru Tammatasmi Radha Nastiram Yante Namyache Punam Puna Shri Madhuva Padam Mujatu Vishama Janmani Vairagya Bhakti Rasam Prajne Payamaman Vitsupandam Vipam Bhakti Vyapara Dukka Dukki Sanatanam Tam Namashayami Vandeyam Shri Guru Varam Shri Bhagavatam Vrajrasa Sikam Janarayana Tam Napanyam Shri Guru Charanam Vande Ramana Prestaya Bhutale Rupanu Bhaktivedanta Giri Maharaj Shri Krishna Leela Katane Sudakshama Madhurya Madhurya Ganesh Tam Varam Varenyam Purusham Tam Narayanam Tam Shri Sadhamami Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Radha Shivasadi Shri Gaur Bhaktavinda Jai Rup Sanatan Bhakta Raghunath Shri Jeev Gopal Bhakta Rasavanath Hari Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare. First of all, I offer my Rastanga Dandavata Pranams at the lotus feet of our spiritual masters. Tlavistom Vishnupashyo Bhaktivedanta Shri Narayana Gosai Maharaj Devadev, Tlavistom Vishnupashyo Bhaktivedanta Gosai Maharaj Devadev. The entire Upanagari Guru Varga. All the Devji Sannyasika, all the Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis present. On the order of Prabhuji, try speaking a few words on Sri Brihad Bhagavatam. It is the essence of the Bhagavatam itself. So where did we stop the previous time? We stopped at this point where Narad Rishi is glorifying Uddhav. Saying, Uddhav, you are the best recipient of Sri Krishna's mercy. Krishna Kripa Patra. Sarvottam Krishna Kripa Patra. Why? Because since you are a very young boy, since then you have only been absorbed thinking about Krishna. Krishna Bhakti Rasa Bhavita Mati. His Mati, his consciousness was only infused with these thoughts about thinking of his beloved Sakha, Krishna. Even when he was a small boy, he would be worshipping the deity of Krishna. When he was only a small boy. Extraordinary personalities, Mahapurushas, this is their quality. Since they're very young boys, small children, they engage in that in such seva. Like we see Srila Jiva Goswami also, when he was just a small boy, he had these deities of Sri Krishna and Balaram, whom he would worship. Jiva Goswami. And he would be so absorbed in serving them. In Bhakti Ratnakar, Narayana Chakravarti, he has described one story, one pastime, wherein Jiva Goswami, he wanted to serve all the sadhus, but he had no money to serve the sadhus. So he was thinking, how can I serve them? So then, Krishna and Balaram, they appeared in a dream to Jiva Goswami. And he said, hey Jiva, look, behind us you have all the money you need to serve the sadhus. And then Jiva Goswami woke up in the morning. He looked behind the curtain, there he found like a pot of coins, and that he used to serve the sadhus. So they said that was his life, only serving Krishna and Balaram. And Krishna and Balaram, who are they? Gaur and Nitai. No. Rajendra Andam Jai Sachisuta Hoilo Sai Balaram Hoilo Nitai. They've appeared in Kali Yuga as God and Nitai. This way he would serve all the sadhus. Uddhav also worshipped the deity of Krishna. This way when he was a very young boy, always engaging in kirtan, speaking Harikatha, not engaging in any activities like how the other children do. No. Like the other children, they would play, they would run around, waste their time, but he was not like this. Uddhav. And thinking so much about Krishna, he achieved the same complexion as Krishna. Like Ugrasen mentions to Devarshi Narada. This way Uddhav always one-pointed in his service to his beloved Prabhu. Even when Krishna was in the Sudharma Sabha, then everyone would be with him. But when Krishna would return to his palace to be with the different queens, then all of the Dwarka Vasis, that is the Yadus, they would return to their homes. They would not stay with him there. But Uddhav, he would stay with Krishna in the palace. Even in the most interior parts of the palace, wherein only his queens resided, wherein only his sons, his grandsons resided, Uddhav would be there. And he would be massaging Krishna's feet. And Krishna would give his remnants to Uddhav. Uddhav would wear the same clothes that Krishna would wear. He would wear the same remnants, the garland that Krishna would wear. Everything about him was infused with this prem that he had for Krishna. So Ugrasen, he told Narada Rishi, you go there to Uddhav. He has this prem. So Narada Rishi, he went. And as soon as he tried offering pranams to Uddhav, Uddhav caught hold of him and he said, Prabhu, please sit down. And he made Narada Rishi sit on an asana. And Uddhav started washing Narada Rishi's feet. He took that Chanamrit and he gave the Chanamrit to all the other Dwarkavasis also, the Jadus. That is Krishna's sons, his grandsons, his queens, Mother Rohini, and all of them. So in this way, when Narada Rishi started glorifying Uddhav, then Uddhav, he told Narada Rishi, yes, it's true that I am the best recipient of Krishna's mercy. What you are saying is undoubtedly true. I will not deny this fact that I am the supremest object of His mercy. I will not deny. But still, when I went to Braj, when I went to Vrindavan, and whatever pride I had was shattered to pieces. When I witnessed the prem that the Brajdevis had, that the Gopis had, my pride was shattered. He said, now I can no longer even think of myself as a great devotee. Now I can no longer think of myself as being even a particle of dust at the lotus feet of the Gopis. Then he uttered all these wonderful verses. Ashaham charanarenu jasam hamsam Ndhavane kimapi kulmalato sadinam Ya dustajam sapajam aripatam chaita bejur mukunda padavim Shrutimir vidagyam. That the Gopis, they have broken all these shackles of worldly life. Ya dustajam sajanam aripatam chaita. They've given up this Aryapat as well. And this sajanam, their relatives, these bonds to their families, which is very hard to break. Ya dustajam means it can barely be broken. They give everything up to be with Krishna. So in this way, Uddhava, as he was glorifying the Gopis and the Brajavasis, then Mother Rohini, she told Uddhava, be quiet, Uddhava, remain silent. Until now I was at least happy by forgetting the Brajavasis. And now that you have reminded me of the Brajavasis, I am feeling so much pain in my heart now. My heart is shattering into many pieces. Don't remind me of the Brajavasis. Just see Krishna, how cruel-hearted he is. In spite of knowing how the Brajavasis are suffering in separation from him, still he doesn't go to Braj. What did he do? First he sent you, and you stayed there for some time, and he sent a message through you. And then he sent a message through his older brother, Bhaktivedanta Prabhu. He went there, but still he didn't go himself. There's Krishna, no matter how much you glorify the Vrajavasis and the Vrajadevis, his heart will never change, his heart will never melt. He's very cool-hearted. The Vrajavasis were so happy before Krishna appeared. None of the demons that we ever saw ever disturbed the Vrajavasis. But after Krishna came, and all the demons, they started disturbing Braj. When Krishna was only 3 days old, Putana came, then Shakarasur, then Trinavarta, then Vyomasur, Vatsasur, Keshi, Avishtasur, Bakasur, Aghasur, the list goes on. Only the most prominent demons have been mentioned in the Bhagavatam. Only the most prominent ones. Many more demons also came. Like in the Vishnu Puran, there is one demon called Khagasur. Khagasur was a demon who appeared as a crow. He appeared as a crow and he tried killing Krishna also. So many demons came, one after another. So Rohini Devi is saying, oh, best of Sri Hari's servants, Uddhav, remain quiet. So here this is actually, she's actually chastising Uddhav. When she's addressing him as, oh, best of Sri Hari's servants, she's saying, no, you must, since you're the best of Krishna's servants, you must know the time, place and circumstance and how you speak these words. You don't even know the proper place, the proper circumstance on how to speak these words. You're speaking these words in front of me. Because Rohini herself, she's a Sakhi of Mother Yashoda. She knows the pain that Mother Yashoda is feeling. No. So she knows, I know, Mother Yashoda, when she was weeping, even these thunderbolts would shatter into many pieces. Even stones would melt. Don't remind me of them, Uddhav. Without anxiety of those Brajavasis, I have become a bit happy. Don't remind me of those unfortunate Brajavasis who are always sinking in an ocean of separation. So Rohini is saying, since I'm always forgetting them, I don't feel any sadness in my heart. But now that you're reminding me of them, now I myself, I'm also drowning in that ocean of separation, in which they themselves are drowning. So don't remind me. They're always languishing in those flames of distress and poison of separation. That ocean has this poison of viraha. And all this viraha that cannot even be described. Vedana, this raging fire. And they're all being consumed by that viraha, raging fire. So don't remind me of them. When Vasudeva brought me to Braj, I heard of Yashoda's dreadful lament. At that time, even stones began to weep, and thunderbolts shattered to pieces. Who can explain in words whether the other gopis are dead or alive? So Rohini is saying, when Krishna left, even stones were weeping. Even mountains were shattered into many pieces. Now I don't even know if she's alive or not, if Mother Yashoda is alive. I don't even know if the gopis are alive or not. Oh, though, after Krishna completed his studies and returned to Mathura from the home of Sandipani Muni, I narrated all these things to him. No, why was Krishna sent to Ujjain? No, why was he sent so far away from Braj? Ujjain is in Madhya Pradesh. No, very far away from Braj. Why was he sent so far? Because Vasudeva and Devaki, they wanted Krishna to forget that he was the son of Nanda and Yashoda. No. When Krishna's Upanayan Sanskara was performed and this thread-giving ceremony was performed on Krishna, everyone was invited except the Brajavasis. The Brajavasis were not invited, but everyone else was invited. Why? Because the Brajavasis would come, then Krishna again, he would immediately run away with them. He would not stay in Mathura for even one moment any longer. He immediately would run away to Braj. So they didn't invite Nanda and Yashoda. And then Vasudeva thought, now we must give these qualities to Krishna. What kind of qualities? The qualities of a Kshatriya now. Now he thinks of himself as a Gopal. Now he thinks of himself as a coward boy. Now he has to forget that he is a coward boy. Now he has to be reminded that he is a Kshatriya. So then they sent him away to Ujjain, saying, okay, go now, learn from Sandipani Muni, and then gradually forget that you are from Braj. Now remind yourself that you are a Kshatriya. So then we know what happened then. Krishna, he went, he served his Guru. He realized all the 64 arts in 64 days. And then he returned back with Baladev. So then when he returned, Rohini is saying that I tried telling him how much the Brajavasis are suffering, but he will not listen. I tried telling him so many times. What was the reason that Krishna didn't go to Braj? There's so many reasons. No, many. The first is, the most obvious reason is Jarasandha. Jarasandha, he attacked Mathura 17 times. Jarasandha. He was the most powerful emperor in all of India at that time. His army was more powerful than even that of the Kauravas. So Jarasandha, every year he would attack Mathura. Because of that anger, he was blinded by anger. Because Krishna killed his son-in-law, Kansa. No. And now his two daughters, they became widows, Asti and Prapti. Asti and Prapti, they went and told Kansa, they went and told their father Jarasandha that, oh, Krishna, he came there and Kansa, he wanted to embrace this young boy, but Krishna, he pushed him down from the dais and Jarasandha and Kansa died. This is what they told him. They didn't mention any of those atrocities that Kansa did, not one single thing. All they said was Kansa wanted to embrace his nephew, but Krishna took his uncle, his mama, and threw him from the stage. So then Jarasandha, he became even more angry that my son-in-law is such a noble man and this wicked boy killed him. No. So then again, driven by that rage, every year he would attack. And Krishna, he would defeat all of them. And again he would attack. So he knew that if I were to go back to Braj, then Jarasandha attacked Braj. He'll attack Vrindavan. And the Brajavasis, what do they have? They only have sticks to protect themselves. They don't even have swords. They don't have anything. Only have sticks, cowherding sticks, lakuti. So then Krishna, he said, all right, I have to be at a distance from Braj. Also, Prabhuji mentions in Harikatha that whenever Jarasandha would attack Vrindavan, then Krishna would tell all the Brajavasis to take shelter of Giriraj. They were all enter inside Giriraj whenever the Brajavasis would feel threatened by Jarasandha. So that was one reason that Krishna didn't return to Braj. Can you think of another reason? Another reason is another reason is that because Devaki and Vasudeva, they were separated from Krishna for 10 years, so he wanted to pacify them. But the reason that Gurudev always speaks of is that of separation. Because Krishna, if he would have returned to Braj, and if he would have immediately come back to Mathura, then what would have happened to the Brajavasis? No. That separation that they're feeling from Krishna would have multiplied 1,000,000 times. No. When they're feeling so much separation from him and he comes to Braj, only for like one day, and if he goes back, then what will happen to them? The example is given that if you have a frying pan and you're heating it from beneath, and you take some water and you sprinkle it, and you sprinkle on it, what will happen? Those same drops of water will fall back on you. No. So here Gurudev is saying that if we were to return to Braj and try pacifying them and again come back to Mathura, then the Brajavasis, they would be devastated. Then they would think, why did Krishna even come here in the first place? To pacify us. Why did he even come here? No, he should have even come here in the first place. That was one reason he didn't want to go there. And also, the most confidential reason that Gurudev explains is because of the Leela that happened at Prem Sarovar. Radharani was lying on Krishna's lap, and there was a bumblebee buzzing around Srimati Radhika's lotus feet. Because the bumblebee thought that Radharani's lotus feet resembled a flower. So he wanted to drink the honey from that flower. So then what did Madhumangal do? He took a stick and he chased that bee away. And he said, oh, I have chased Madhusudan away, Madhusudan away. So Radharani, she was lying right there on the lap of Krishna. And then thinking about Krishna, she became mad in separation. Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? And Krishna was thinking she's right here on my lap. But still, she's feeling in such a way. That's our separation. So he was thinking, all right, I'll have to leave Braj. And when I leave Braj, then Radharani should be pacified in some sense. Because then I will appear to her in a spurti. I will appear to her as a spurti and then somehow I will pacify her. No, like sometimes Radharani, when she's feeling so much separation from Krishna and she's weeping, Krishna appears in the spurti and then he wipes the tears away from her eyes with his pitambar. He takes his pitambar and he wipes those tears away from her eyes. And sometimes Krishna even comes and speaks to Radharani. But Radharani thinks it's a dream. No. If Krishna would not appear in the form of a Spurti, could Radharani have remained alive even for one single day? Never. How would it have been possible? Never. Like we see when Mahaprabhu took sannyas and left, he would appear in a Spurti even to Vishnupriya Devi, even to Sachi Devi, and pacify Sachi Devi. Like Sachi Devi would offer something and then Mahaprabhu would come and eat those offerings that Sachi Devi had cooked. And then Sachi Devi, she's thinking, oh, maybe some rat is eating it, maybe some cat is eating it. Then Mahaprabhu, he sent Damodar Pandit and he told his mother through him that I myself, every day I'm coming and eating all those offerings that my mother is offering to me. My mother should be told that I myself am coming and personally eating everything that she has cooked. So it's called Spurti. So here Krishna also in the form of Spurti is coming and pacifying Radharani. Oh. There's one form of separation called Vipralambe Vispurti. Vipralambe Vispurti means in that separation, Radharani, she sees Krishna everywhere. Everywhere. And then she's pacified. And then Aprani Janma Lalasa. Aprani Janma Lalasa means to take birth as an inanimate creature. Aprani means something which doesn't have life, which is inanimate. What is that? The flute. Krishna always has the flute. No, so sometimes Radharani is also thinking, oh, why can't I be born as a flute? So that I'm always feeling the touch of Krishna. So this way, all these different moods Radharani is feeling in separation. In separation, what happens? In the stage of Mahabhav, there is Kalpa Kshanatva and Kshana Kalpatva. In meeting, what happens? Kalpa Kshanatva. Means, even when Radharani, Krishna and the gopis are meeting for millions and billions of years, one night of Brahma, which is like many kalpas, that those unlimited amount of kalpas, they turn into one moment. This is called Kalpa Kshanatva. That kalpa itself turns into a kshan, a moment. Moment is what? A fraction of a second. Lavamatra. 1/14th of a second. And then there is Kshana Kalpatva. Kshana Kalpatva means when one moment of separation from Krishna is like a kalpa for Radharani. Is unbearable. It becomes the opposite. There is Kalpa Kshanatva and Kshana Kalpatva. Means one moment of separation becomes unimaginably long for Radharani. So in this way, here, because of all these reasons, Krishna, he didn't go to Braj. Because of this separation that Radharani is feeling. So therefore, Uddhav, after Krishna completed his studies and returned to Mathura, from the home of Sandipani Muni, I told all these things to him. However, after hearing my words, your Prabhu's heart surely did not melt, because he did not go to Braj himself. Instead, he cleverly sent you to Braj, because you are expert in conveying a message. So, Rohini Devi is telling Uddhav that I told him all these things repeatedly, how the Brajavasis are suffering in separation from you. But still he is not going. And what did he do? He sent you instead. Why? Because you are very clever. You are the disciple of Brihaspati. You are very clever in twisting words. You are very clever in making up your own words and making up your own explanations. So he sent you. And what did you do? You went and tried pacifying the Brajavasis, and what did you do? Instead of pacifying them, you only increased their separation that they are feeling from Krishna. How did you pacify them in the first place? You never pacified them. Rohini is telling Uddhav. You are reassuring us about the excellent mercy of your Prabhu to the Brajavasis. Is this the quality of that mercy? Rohini is telling Uddhav that you are saying that Krishna is very merciful. But is this a symptom of his mercy? It is not the symptom of his mercy. Please hear what I have personally witnessed. When Krishna came to Braj, beginning with the pastimes of killing the demon Putana, the Rakshasi Putana, so many kinds of demons, they caused so much disturbance in Braj. Sometimes even demigods like Indra, Varuna attempted to destroy Braj. And so many things happened. However, the Brajavasis did not give much attention to these disturbances. Nor did they attempt to avenge these distresses. So Rohini is saying that so many things happened there, but still Brajavasis, did they ever blame Krishna for all these disturbances? Not even once did they blame Krishna. Saying that ever since Krishna came here, we are suffering. Not even once. The Brajavasis, enchanted by the sweetness of Krishna, desired his welfare alone. They were never concerned about their own benefit. So you see here, Rohini is saying, even when all these things happen, what would they pray? They would only pray that, is our Krishna safe? Is he protected? Is he alright? They would not even think about their own selves. They would not think about their own families, only about Krishna. So just see how much love the Brajavasis have for him. Still he is not even going to Braj, even now. Those Brajavasis, where the natural loving prem offered everything for the happiness of Nandanandan Krishna. So you see here, Rohini, in front of all the Dwarakavasis, she is addressing Krishna as the son of Nanda Maharaj, not as the son of Vasudeva and Devaki. See the shloka. The shloka is here that Swabhava Sauride Naiva Yatkinchit Sarvam Atmana Asyo Pakalpayante Sma Nandasuno Sukhayatat. So here she is saying Krishna is Nandasuno. Nandasuno Sukhayat. So here actually she is even like subtly reminding the Dwarakavasis that don't think that Krishna is your son. He's actually the son of Nanda and Yashoda. Don't for a moment think that they are his foster parents and that you are the real parents. Don't think like this. So she's telling this directly in front of everyone, in front of all the queens, in the assembly there, the royal assembly. She's reminding everyone who Krishna is. He is Nandasuno. So when your Prabhu resided in Braj for his own selfish interests, he did not do anything for the Brajavasis. Now that all his selfish interests are complete, what is he doing? How can I even comment on this? Why? So here Rohini is saying that Krishna, he went to Braj only for his own selfishness. Why? Because Kansa was disturbing all the Matharavasis. No. So now he has gone to Braj, and when his selfish interests are fulfilled, now he's come back. Now he doesn't care about them in any way. How can I even speak on this? So Parikshit Maharaj said, O Mother Uttara, after hearing the words of Rohini, the shameless, wicked mother of Kansa, Padmavati, she shook her head and she began to speak. So here, Sanatana Goswami is saying that Padmavati, she is the performer of shameless acts because she produced a son from the demon Drumila. No, we heard this last time. The Drumila, he appeared as Ugrasen and he produced Kansa from Padmavati. So Padmavati said, Rohini, don't speak like this. From his very childhood, Krishna, he had to take all the cows out to graze of those heartless gopas in the thorny forests. So Padmavati is saying, Rohini, what are you saying? Krishna, when he was a small boy, he had to take all the cows and calves out to graze in the forests where there are so many thorns, so many stones, so many pebbles. And they didn't give him any shoes also, the Brajavasis. He's going there bare feet. All those stones and thorns are pricking him. And you're telling him that, and you're telling us that the Brajavasis loved him so much, and there's so many stones and pebbles there. Now, why wasn't Krishna wearing shoes in the first place? Actually, Mother Yashoda, she told Krishna that, hey, you wear some shoes. But Krishna said, no, you give shoes to all my 9 lakh cows also. He refused. He said, if my cows don't have shoes, then why should I wear shoes? No, so then he refused, he didn't wear it. So while wandering in the forest full of thorns, they did not offer Krishna even shoes to wear. Nevertheless, if any time he drank a little milk due to hunger, then the gopis used to bind him. So here she's saying, she's actually mentioning this Damodar Leela. Mother Yashoda bound Krishna, no, that grinding mortar. So Padmavati is saying he was so hungry that he would go steal from the homes of the other Brajavasis. He was so hungry and thirsty that he would go steal. He didn't have anything in his own house to eat. His mother would not give him anything, so he would go to the homes of the neighbors and he would go and steal. No. So in this way, Padmavati is saying that just see how he is. He's going to the homes of his neighbors and he's stealing, and you are saying that the Brajavasis love him so much. So then she says, those gopis used to tell this everywhere by shouting. So now the gopis would say that Krishna is a thief. No. They would go tell Mother Yashoda, in the middle of the night your son, he comes, and because his jewels are so effulgent, he can see everything in the night. And he steals all this butter from our homes. He pinches our babies. And then he steals butter and then he passes urine in that place and he runs away. He does all sorts of disgusting things there. So you just see how your son is. And they would tell in front of everyone. So Padmavati is saying they're actually insulting Krishna in front of everyone. And you're saying they love him. How does it make sense? Don't speak like this, Padmavati, Rohini. However, Sri Krishna tolerated all these things, considering it to be the ways of time. Other than this, what else could he have done? You should only tell what he did for the Brajavasis. So Padmavati is saying that Krishna somehow he tolerated all these things. Alright, this is my karma that I am here in Braj with the Brajavasis, and he tolerated all these things. But Padmavati is saying, oh Rohini, instead of saying what the Brajavasis have done for Krishna, you should say what Krishna has done for the Brajavasis. How he has helped them. Why are you only saying how they have helped him? You must say how he has helped the Brajavasis. So then Maharaj Parikshit, he said, Rohini Devi was extremely intelligent and grave by nature. And she was extremely dear to all the Brajavasis. Therefore, she pretended not to hear the words of Padmavati and she continued to speak. So Padmavati was passing many comments in the background. Rohini Devi, she didn't care. Whatever she wants to say, let her say. And then she continued to speak. Rohini Devi said, by destroying the demons, Krishna, he obtained Mathura, the capital of the Yadavas, and now he is enjoying the happiness of being the king of kings. Oh. Rohini is saying, oh no, Krishna, he is Dwarkadish now. He is Jadunath, Yaduraj. So now because he is the king of kings, why does he even care about the Brajavasis? It's only normal that he doesn't care about them. Because there are only people living in the forest, in the village, only milking cows, making butter, but here he is the king of kings. That's why he's not thinking about them. Oh Uddhav, your Prabhu has defeated all the demigods and he has shown favor to them. Therefore the demigods, they offer pranams to his lotus feet. Alas, now he does not even remember the Brajavasis. No, Krishna he chastised Indra and Swarga. When Indra refused to give that Parijat tree, Krishna defeated Indra. Indra he fell at Krishna's feet and he begged forgiveness. Krishna even defeated Shivji. Krishna's grandson, Aniruddha, he fell in love with Banasur's daughter, Usha. So then Banasur, he was very angry by what Krishna's grandson had done. So he imprisoned Aniruddha. So then Shivji himself came and fought with Krishna. And Krishna defeated Shivji. So here, Rohini is saying, because he defeated all these most respected personalities, they all come and offer pranams to him. And because of this, Krishna has become very proud. He's become very puffed up. That's why he doesn't think about the Brajavasis anymore. Rohini is saying. Why is she speaking in such a way? Normally, Dwarka is a place of Aishwarya. No, it's not a place of Madhurya. Rohini could have spoken these words in Braj. She could have chastised Krishna in Braj. But why is she speaking like this in Dwarka? That actually everyone is fearful of Krishna. In Dwarka, they all think of Krishna as not just the king of kings, sometimes they even think of him as Bhagavan. He manifests his four-handed form also in Dwarka. So now why is Rohini speaking in such a way? Because of her Vatsalya Prem, her motherly love and affection. No, her love and affection has even conquered that Aishwarya, has even conquered that opulence. And she's speaking in such a way. So Maharaj Parikshit said, being unable to tolerate Rohini's words, Rukmini Devi, the beloved of Krishna and the daughter of Bhishmak, who always resides in the heart of Krishna, began to speak. So why is Sanatana Goswami saying that Rukmini Devi always resides in the heart of Krishna? Because Rukmini Devi is not different from Lakshmi Devi. No, Lakshmi Devi is present as a golden line on Krishna's chest. What is it called? It's called Srivatsa Lanchan. No, the golden line. So Rukmini is always there as Lakshmi. So then Rukmini Devi, she is very soft-hearted. She cannot tolerate all these words. If Rohini is chastising her husband, she cannot tolerate. Satyabhama can tolerate. Satyabhama, she won't feel so much disturbance. But Rukmini is very soft-hearted. No? She is very sensitive. She cannot tolerate. No? So then she spoke. So Rukmini Devi said, "Oh mother, without the slightest knowledge of the deep feelings of my Prabhu, whose heart is as soft as butter, why do you speak of such things? So Rukmini is saying, oh mother, very respectfully, she's folding her hands. Very respectful. She's saying, oh mother, how can you speak in such a way about my husband, about my Prabhu?